Faith has a new frequency. The Spirit of Huntsville. KHSPLP, Huntsville, Texas. Spirit 94.3.
Is there like some Ric Flair or something that's got like a...
Yeah, but I can't show it in public.
Yeah, I was hoping he could.
Yeah.
Kay, I'm trying to figure out a way to launch this show on a Monday with something about some sort of Rick thing. I don't know why. I just Rick and I like to pick on each other.
Well, it's mainly Rob picking on Rick, but that's okay.
Well, just thought of it. Rick's Picks. Rick's Picks. And it's not really like you're picking thing. You're picking on something.
Okay.
Rick's Picks.
What should we pick on today?
Yeah, Rick's Picks.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, there are five noses in here.
I'm not picking anybody else's nose.
No. I mean, well,
I don't mind picking mine.
Pick on somebody's nose. Be like, oh, well, that nose. Look at that one over there. That's how we could start today.
Okay.
That's not very positive.
Oh yeah. Where's the unpositive bell?
You have to undo.
Yeah, you have to go. Wait, instead of ding, it's wing. I don't know how to do it. Well, hey, welcome in everybody as we get rolling here on this marvelous Monday, magnificent Monday. There's a lot of positive words that start with M, K. I was just thinking of that. Do you like our new positive bell?
It's cute.
And it even has a smiley face.
I see that.
So our good friends at Amazon, boy, they have just taken over everything.
Have they?
Yes, almost. Well, not child.
Don't you have to order that before
they haven't taken over childcare.
Well,
you can't
It's a matter of time.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of time.
You can't prime next day delivery at childcare center. That will never happen.
Nah, probably not.
Well, hey, we are here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We want to welcome all of you that are joining us this morning on Spirit 94.3, time now 7:35, and many of you, too, joining us on the social media streams. It's always a lot of fun to be here on this marvelous Monday. Underwriting support for this program is made possible in part by Elliott's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. You can set up the appointment there. And, of course, here on this marvelous Monday, underwriter at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, their website, tomorrowspromise.info, 3 locations here in Huntsville. And Kay and Rick, y'all just got back from a conference. And I wanted to open the segment. We're going to have Kay's Monday Mindset coming up here in just a moment. But let us know a little bit about the conference, Kay. How did it go? And, what were some cool things y'all picked up?
Well, went to Vegas, and it's the Child Care Genius University. And Rick and I were very honored to get the Salutatorian Award.
Congratulations.
Oh, it was mainly Kaye, trust me.
For our efforts to continually learn new things.
And that was what, a 3-day conference? Y'all were there for a while, though.
Yeah, it was a
3-day conference.
3-day conference, but we didn't want to take a red eye back, and so we came back Thursday.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. I know that's one thing, that's so important is continued education in any industry. And it's so neat whenever we get away for a moment and just kind of go to these kind of conferences. I finally had a chance to go to a church production conference. And it's so neat because you get into this routine of doing the same thing over and over. And before long, you don't realize that you're kind of in this routine, right? And not in a negative way, but you kind of start to get stagnant unknowingly. And then you go to something like a conference and you come back a little recharged and refreshed, right?
Well, you also usually get new ideas, too. Did you get new ideas?
Yeah, when we got... see this, Josh, hold that up, that little color thing over there against the wall. You see that little color chart?
Oh, I see it up against the wall there.
So I would have never known about this. And Josh's people on the radio can't see this, but that was an idea from the church production conference that I went to. It's just a chart that teaches you how to colorize your cameras.
Really?
And I would have never thought of that. It's so neat.
I thought they came with color already. You got to draw.
Yeah, well, it's Technicolor. 1959 Technicolor.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, but it is neat.
Just adjusting that little wheel. For,
Yeah.
Yes.
When it was all green.
Oh yeah, I remember the tent buttons and all that on the. Yeah, those were the fun days.
Yeah, I remember those days.
So, I know we'll have our Monday mindset here in a moment, but I just wanted to kind of start off with that for folks this week to think about, how can they continue what they do every day and make it better? And I always lean on the faith side. The first thing that we should do is pick up God's word and read a little bit. And guess what? That's going to help us be a little bit better Christians every day. And we learn more about God's word. I wanted to mention this. I attended a funeral of a really close friend of mine. I always talk on the show, Rick and Kaye, about having people in your inner circle. Obviously, your spouse should be in that circle. But
Mine, she likes to stand outside and criticize.
it's got a little door on it that kind of opens up from the side. Hello. It's kind of a little peek in, and then Rick comes over and gently closes it. No, I'm just kidding.
Again, not the positive button there.
It's part of Rick's
Maybe
picks.
it's to be zing.
Yeah, we do have a zinger one, right? Don't we have a laser one or something like that?
What you need is a rim shot.
Wait, Josh, what needs to happen is if there's anything negative, Josh, you need to play that. You know what I'm talking about, right? No, that's a positive
That's
one.
a rim shot.
Yeah, we need there.
That's it.
Okay, so if anything else comes out of my mouth today and Kaye says that's negative, then you play that one. So, but there's going to be more of this.
Okay, I hope so.
I'm not sure. So far, the show would be half want.
Well, we'll bring it back.
And very little ding, ding, ding.
Well, I'm gonna ding it real quick. I had a chance to go to Austin yesterday to a good friend of mine, really close friend, and I just mentioned about the circles, and there's probably like 3 people outside of Bridget. We have our circle, but then outside of her, sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. And Joshua Harris is always that guy. Michael Francis is that guy, and another buddy of mine, Brandon Godfrey. Those are the 3 guys that are kind of in my little circle, if you will. And it hurts losing one, because I'll never forget the first time that I had kind of raised my voice to the children. I said, I'll never raise my voice. I'll never get upset. And I remember I called Michael. And he said, brother, this ain't going to be the last time.
No.
He said, but just trust God and be patient, but also have joy knowing that your children are healthy. And I'll never forget the conversation that we had. And he was that guy that I would call whenever I was down, and he would call me when he was down. A year and a half ago, he had lost his wife to cancer, and it was not an easy battle. No battle obviously is, but it was a long, drawn-out battle. And he adored his wife. He would always talk about. Oh, is that a positive?
That's on me.
No, Josh just hit the positive laser beam. That is a positive. He adored his wife greatly. And at the service yesterday, most of all, he loved the Lord. I mean, I never heard one bad word, one bad anything come out of this guy's mouth. And we spent a lot of time together. When I lived in Central Texas, we were broadcasting together, and he'd go with me everywhere. He just wanted to come and be a part of it. And he broadcast for a local school there in Central Texas. In fact, I heard that they're probably going to name the press box after him, and I thought that was a great way to honor him. But I thought about what's the legacy that he left behind. And during the service yesterday, as Brother Rodney Shaw spoke there at New Life Austin, he's a great pastor, known him for a long time. But he spoke about Michael's life. And Kaye, I've been praying for conviction lately. That's a scary thing to pray for, but I think as Christians, we all need to ask the Lord to convict us in areas of our life that maybe we need some conviction. Maybe we don't realize sometimes, even if it's something simple of like, hurry up, get out of the way on the road to people. Well, I'll tell you, I never realized this, but yesterday, 2 days ago, Braylon and I were out. She goes, hurry up. And I started thinking, have I said that before? Yes, because where else is she going to pick that up from?
Yeah, well, not tomorrow's promise.
Yeah, not tomorrow's promise. She picked it up from me, because at some point there was probably a car in front of me and I wasn't thinking about it. And I said, hurry up. I like what our pastor says here. I've heard him say this once. He says, what are you waiting on, Moses, to part the Red Sea? So
I'm sure you've said hurry up to her in the morning when she's getting
Oh, yeah.
ready too.
Yes. Yeah. But I thought about the legacy of Michael's life, and the Lord in that moment convicted me. And I posted it on Facebook because I wanted to share it and hopefully that it would inspire someone else. I had posted, I said, I must be a better husband, a better father, a better Christian, and a better friend to others. I said, that's the legacy of Michael's life that the impact had on me. And that's what I felt, because as Brother Shaw spoke over this guy, about my friend, about so many people's friends, that's what I felt in my heart, Kaye. And I think it's good that when we go to a service like that, what a tremendous legacy for someone to leave when you leave there knowing that you need to do better. That is a life well lived.
Mm-hmm.
That was the difference that he made. And I'll tell you what, when I got in, I was tired last night. I got in late. It was, 6.5 hours driving round trip. And Bridget was putting Braylon down when I got home because she was Braylon was a little antsy. And you know what I thought? And I even thought of y'all. I'm not just saying it because you're here, because I really do admire y'all's relationship, Kaye. I mean this as a friend. I admire the connection that y'all have and the love that y'all have for each other. Y'all have left that impact on me. And it's inspired me to be a better father, to be a better husband. And when I got home last night, and then we'll go to the Monday mindset, but I wanted to share this. When I got home last night, there was a bunch of dishes in the sink. And I'm not saying it to point me out. And normally I don't think about it. Bridget normally does the dishes, and there's never any conversation about that. But in that moment, I saw Michael. And I said, Michael would have did those dishes for Norma. And so even though I was tired, I did the dishes last night and didn't make a big deal out of it. And then I hung up my shirt. She normally even hangs up my shirts for me. There's all these things that my wife does that I take for granted. And after that service yesterday, I just had this on my heart that I don't need to take things for granted anymore. Even the little things and the little things that add up in a household that my wife does. And so maybe that's a little bit of a challenge for all of us this morning, is don't take for granted the things that you have. As Brother Shaw spoke, there was a few things, and I'll end with this, Kaye. There was a few things that he said. And he said one of them, I wrote these down, and I put it on my Facebook too. The people in our lives are more important than the plans we've made. Boy, think about that.
Yeah.
How many times do we prioritize the plan over the people? I'm guilty of it all the time. He said, make the most out of every relationship that we have. I got on the phone last night. I was thinking about that one, and some people probably got angry because I'm sitting here texting them at night. And I said, hey, man, I'm sorry. And I sent this to a friend of mine. I said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I've been a bad friend over the years. I don't reach out a whole lot. I said, you reach out to me more than I reach out to you. You don't know how much I appreciate you. And then he messaged me, says, I've never thought of you as a bad friend, but I felt like I was being a bad friend. Make the most out of every relationship that you have.
I agree.
He don't want me to call him out, but I will. There's a man that comes in here and hangs out with us.
Yeah. One of my favorite people.
It's a good man. And I don't ever want to take for granted that he chooses to come in here and hang out with us once in a while. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. The people that take time out of their busy lives just to come by and say hello, don't ever take that for granted. Two last things that he said. He said, as we struggle with what we've lost, let us not forget all that we have. And then the last one that he said that really stood out too, as he said, we don't know how many days we do have, but we have today. We have an opportunity to serve God now. Every day is an opportunity to serve God.
Amen.
Like all that in a nutshell summed up was a beautiful, beautiful service.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say, and Kaye, this all does tie into something really important. Because as we do these things and we think about people around us and the impacts that we have, a word comes to mind for me is being humble, having gratitude. And we talked earlier about going to a conference and learning new things. And so that leads into today's Monday Mindset, brought to you by Kaye Boehning. Staying humble, staying teachable. So what do you have for us today, Miss Kaye?
Now, one of the easiest traps to fall into, especially as we gain experience, is thinking we've arrived. We've learned a lot. We've been through a lot. We've figured some things out. And before you know it, we stop asking questions. We stop listening as closely, and we stop being as open. But here's the truth. Growth doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from staying willing to learn. Robin Sharma talks about remaining a student no matter how far you've come. And I love that because humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about staying open to becoming more. Why being teachable matters. Humility keeps you growing. The moment we think we know it all is the moment we stop improving. There's always something new to learn from people, from experiences, even from mistakes. And that's the whole thing about the conference and stuff is we're always trying to improve the school. Mm-hmm. We're always striving for the next goal. We're always trying to do something better.
One of my favorite things, Kaye, in church service in the morning, I said, raise your hand if you've ever made a mistake. Because that's how you get everybody to engage.
Everybody raise their hand.
And then if the one guy doesn't raise your hand, go get him and get him out of here. No, I'm just kidding. But everyone, you're right. Every one of us has made mistakes.
Yeah. And teachable people adapt better. Life changes, circumstances shift. The people who stay flexible and open are the ones who continue to move forward. And when you think about AI and things that are going on right now, there's jobs now that aren't going to exist in 5 years. Mm-hmm. And people have got to keep training and learning new things. It saddens me that there's a huge percentage of people in the United States that's never opened a book once they graduated high school.
As you mentioned that, learning new things, and my mother retired from nursing many, many years ago, and she really never had any intention on going back. And last year was the first year that she didn't renew her nursing license. But for the last, 15, 20 years after she retired, she kept renewing it because she just wanted to stay up to date with everything. Mm-hmm. And I thought I called her one day and she's like, well, I can't talk right now. I'm about to do my nursing test. I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? You've been retired for like 15 years. She goes, well, I'm still doing my test. I didn't know she was still doing it. Just to stay on top of things. You're right.
Also keeps your mind active as you get older, learning new things. Mm-hmm. Listening builds stronger relationships. When you truly listen, not just to respond, but to understand, you show respect and create a deeper connection. So your teachable challenges for the week. Your focus is to ask more questions. And conversations, focus on learning instead of responding. This helps build understanding and connection. And receive feedback well. When someone offers input, pause before reacting and consider it. This encourages growth. And stay curious. Approach situations with a mindset of what can I learn here? This keeps you open and adaptable. You don't have to know everything. You just have to stay willing to learn. And in fact, you're never going to know everything. So the final thought, stay humble enough to keep growing and stay teachable enough to keep improving. Because the people who go furthest in life are the ones who never stop learning along the way.
I think about learning, and we've got a young man over here that's 19 years old going to Sam Houston State University. I think he's over there. Yeah, he's hiding under that monitor.
I think.
Josh Mashi with us today. Josh, for being 19, how important is the learning for you? I mean, talk about just your experiences and your thoughts on what Kaye just read, man.
I agree with what she was saying, but I read this quote one time by C.S. Lewis, and it says, humility isn't thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less.
Very good quote. I've heard that many times.
Yeah. And it's not like looking down upon yourself, but whenever you're humble, like you're not the main character of your story. And you're not the one that has to be the one grabbing attention from everyone and all this stuff. But whenever you're humble, you're actually like, again, like you said it, open to new ideas and open to learning, and you are teachable. But if you're not humble, you're going to be arrogant and you're going to think you know it all. So,
You mean like me?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Josh, that was negative what Rick just said. So we need the, that was negative, Rick.
That's the one.
But what Kaye said and the Kay's Monday mindset,
Yeah.
very positive.
She's
this
a positive person.
That's why we need it's
Not
three
always.
on one.
I work very hard on trying to be positive.
Well, it is
Well, she is
good.
married to me, so it takes a lot of work.
It is good, and we want to encourage you. We'll have the full information up on our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. You can click on the guides. We redesigned just the UI of the website. It's very smooth and clean, and so go there, check that out, and you can catch up on not just week 25, but week 1 through 24. So all of them are there. And halfway through that, we switched it from Wednesday Wisdom to Kay's Monday Mindset, but they're all there.
No,
So,
actually, this whole thing on Monday Mindset, it's been 25 weeks of
yeah.
the Monday
Oh,
Mindset.
yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
where did that, how does it go that fast?
Wednesday Wisdom was a lot
Wait till
more.
you get to be my age. It just flies by.
How has it been 25
Well,
weeks?
the Wednesday Wisdoms, I was focused more on parenting tips and things.
Oh, yeah.
So when we switched to Monday, I was like, let's do something different. So it's been 25 weeks.
Wow. Well, and I hope at least somebody out there, I have, but I don't count, that somebody out there has improved, even if it's just a little bit. You know, Brother Shaw also said this when Josh was talking about being humble, and you were reading about this, Kaye, that he said something to the effect of the smallest of things that we do behind the scenes make the biggest impact. And he was talking about Michael and how much he and his wife love serving in the kids ministry there at New Life Austin. They've been at that church for probably a little over 15 years. And even after Norma's passing, Michael was still active. He loved being there and helping. And the things that they did behind the scenes, people, you know, they're just now starting to realize a lot of what went on behind the scenes that made things so great. It's one of those deals too. Do you know, when we lose somebody, we sometimes we don't see the work in the life as it happens, but then when that person's gone, then all of a sudden we notice, well, what happened to that?
Yeah.
You didn't
How
realize
come this is not being done anymore?
exactly. And there's all these things that happen behind the scenes, and those people never did it for recognition or credit, but it's noticed after. And so, again, humility, keeping you growing, teachable, people adapt better, listening builds stronger relationships. So think about all that. Ask questions. How many times, Kaye, have you been in a conversation where, hey, how are you doing? And then it's over? I've did that every day. I'll pass somebody, hey, good morning, how you doing? I've learned that if you even just ask one more question, that it could open up an opportunity that you would have never had before. And I've gotten to know a guy named David at the McDonald's drive-thru because obviously, Josh knows I'm over there all the time. That's my second family. That's a positive. Come on. But I
don't know. It depends on if you're talking relationships or if you're talking budget.
True.
This is relational. So I got to know David, and David updates me on how his little baby's doing because I ask about his baby. If I would have just said, hey, how's it going? And hey, everything's fine. I said, and one day I asked him an extra question. I said, well, what are you thankful for today, man? And he goes, well, I'm about to have my baby. He would have never said that if I wouldn't have just asked that extra question.
If you phrase, it's a bad habit I have of how's it going or how are you or something, but we're so conditioned to say fine. But if you rephrase the question and ask, what's going well today? Or what are you grateful for? You get a different response and people will engage in the conversation more.
Josh, what's a phrase that the young people use? Do they say like, hey, what's vibing today? I mean, what do y'all say?
No, we just say, how's it going? Or what's up?
So say, what's up, probably.
It'd be a good one. What's good today? What's good? I'm going to use that one today. Hey, man, what's good today? I'm going to try it.
Everything's good.
Well, I'm going to report back, though. I'm going to say that. I've never said that. Like, what's good today? You've just inspired me, Kaye, to change that up a little bit. Someone taught me years ago, we'll wrap up here in just a second with this opening segment. Someone had taught me years ago that we are 5 handshakes away from whoever we want to meet in life.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And
I think that there's a movie, 6 Degrees of Separation.
yeah, I've heard of that movie. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either, but I know what it's about.
I forget where it was at. It may have been at a chamber meeting, but somebody was speaking and they said that. They said, you're 5 handshakes away from whoever. And I said, well, how is that even possible? And they said, because you're going to start thinking about the relationships that you need to make to get to that person that you want to talk to. And just for some reason, I always wanted to meet Governor Perry when he was our governor. And so I kind of put it to the test. And I heard that he was going to be at the Round Rock Express. It's a minor league baseball team for, I think it's for the Rangers. It used to be the Astros. They flip-flop.
Yeah.
But anyways, I knew a guy named Henry Green that was with the Express. And I knew him through the chamber. And Kaye, you know how valuable the chamber is. I mean, that's how we all met, and friendships and business relationships are made. But I remember through the chamber, that was the first handshake. Second handshake was Henry Green. And I said, hey, I know there's a guy over there at the Express named Henry. Do y'all think y'all can connect? And they connected me to him. And I asked him about this event that was coming up. He goes, well, why? Well, of course he wanted me to come because he was a season ticket sales guy. So of course he wanted me to come. But I said, well, I'd like to come there. And he goes, well, come on, man, come out. And so the first handshake was the chamber. The second was Henry. And then the third was actually Governor Perry. He was there at that event. And I got to meet him and say a quick hello to him. And so put that to the test. Maybe there's somebody out there that you want to meet. I'm not saying go stalk people, but maybe there is somebody that's been inspirational in your life that you want to meet. And I remember I did that with the San Antonio Spurs. There was a player's dad that I'd always wanted to meet. And 3 handshakes later, I got to meet the guy and actually spend some time with him a couple of times. And just because I'd heard about him, he was a really uplifting guy. And so put that to the test today. And my biggest takeaway from this and the Kaye's Monday mindset is to remain humble and also to use this phrase today. What's good?
Got to remain teachable, too.
But, Rick, what's good?
You are, Rob. You're a good man.
See, he's already... All right. Well, hey, Josh, what's good today?
See, that was
it gets you to think.
That was the expression I expected.
What's good, man?
The lunch I'm about to have.
Okay. See, and then, Kaye, this turns into a whole conversation. What lunch are you going to have today?
I'm having steak and potatoes.
Okay, I'll quit asking the questions because there's a million that we could ask on that.
Yeah. Like, how do you like your potatoes?
Yeah.
I was going to say, am I invited?
Yeah, you see. Well, awesome. Well, hey, let's take a break. We're going to go back to music and programming here on Spirit Radio. Time now is 8:01 here on KHSP-LP 94.3 spiritradio.fm. Again, thank you to our underwriters, Elliott's Jewelers online at elliottjewelers.com, and also Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, their website, tomorrowspromise.info. We'll take a break. More to come when we come back. It's the National Day of Something. We'll find out what's good when we come back here on Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hey friends, this is Rob Hipp, and I'm here to talk about a true expert in the real estate world. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Terry Coleman of the Coleman Realty Group.
With 33 years in the business, I've dedicated my life to making your real estate dreams come true. Specializing in residential properties, I serve Walker and Montgomery counties, from Spring to Trinity and areas all around.
They call her your next door agent, and here's why.
I'm not just here to help you find a home or lease a property. I'm here to build lifelong relationships. Whether it's residential or commercial, farm or ranch listings, there's something for everyone.
Now you might wonder, what sets Terry apart from other real estate agents? Well, it's simple. She goes above and beyond for her clients, like the time she surprised a family from California with a fully decorated Christmas tree and gifts when they returned from closing. You shouldn't have to compromise on the joys of home during life-changing moments. So, if you're ready to make your real estate dreams come true, here's what you need to do.
Visit my website at myrealtorterry.com and let's make those dreams a reality.
That's Terry Coleman, your expert in all things real estate.
I'm Terry Coleman, your next door agent, and I can't wait to help you open the door to your new life.
Hey friend, Rob Hipp here for Elliott's Jewelers. The new year is here, and what a better way to start out the new year than celebrating the moments that matter the most. And you can do that with Elliott's Jewelers here in Huntsville. Whether it's an engagement, an anniversary, a birthday, or maybe just a fresh start, Elliott hand selects every diamond, and he creates meaningful pieces that are designed just for you. There's no crowded showroom, no pressure, just personal attention and jewelry that tells your story. So again, start the new year with something timeless. It's Elliott's Jewelers here in Huntsville by appointment only. Book online at elliottjewelers.com.
Hi, this is Braylon. You are listening to Feel Radio. God bless you.
Coming at you live from Studio 1229J. The Bats are back, baby. We caught wind of them on Sunday. But even more than the Bats, it's time for Rick
In case.
Top 10. Rick, over to you.
Today is the National Pizza Delivery Driver Appreciation Day. I mean, there are a lot of other days today, but this is the one we're celebrating. And this is the top 10 signs your pizza delivery driver has officially earned hero status and a medal made of extra cheese. Number 10, they show up in under 30 minutes while you're still trying to find the TV remote.
Because apparently locating your own couch is harder than their GPS through Huntsville back roads.
Number 9 is your pizza is still hotter than your ex's new relationship status.
Even after driving through Texas heat, that could melt that cheese and your will to live.
Number 8, they remember you want extra ranch before you even open your mouth.
It's like they have a psychic hotline for dipping sauce addictions.
Number 7, they find your apartment in that nightmare complex where buildings are numbered like a drunk wrote the map.
Building Z behind the abandoned trampoline and suspicious raccoon, delivered with a smile.
A dog has tried to adopt him on the porch before you even answer the door.
Tail wagging so hard it creates its own wind advisory.
You tickled me, Rob. Number 5, they balance 4 large pizzas, wings, a 2-liter that's about to explode, and still make small talk like it's casual Friday.
While dodging your neighbor's unleashed friendly chihuahua and that thinks it's a velociraptor.
Raptor.
Yeah,
Okay,
velociraptor.
I didn't hear that part. Number 4, you hear them honking politely because your porch light has been burned out since the Obama administration.
Code for, I found your haunted house, now where's the tip?
Number 3, they've delivered through pouring rain, scorching heat, and that one time a goose chased them down the driveway.
Meanwhile, you're inside yelling, where's my pizza? Like you're the one fighting nature.
Number 2, you open the door in full, I gave up on life mode, sweatpants, no bra, pizza sauce already on your shirt, and they still look genuinely happy to see you.
At midnight on a Tuesday when you smell like regret and garlic. And I hope you don't have a bra on.
I didn't write this, but I thought it was funny, so I left it in. Number 1, you tip them like a normal human, and they act like you just handed them the keys to a new Ferrari.
And suddenly you feel like a pizza philanthropist instead of a cheapskate you usually are.
Pizza delivery drivers don't bring food. Don't just bring food, Huntsville.
They bring hope, melted cheese, and the strength to face another day of adulting.
They battle traffic, sketchy GPS voices, mystery porch steps, angry geese, naked customers, and the one guy who pays with a sock full of coins.
And so all your pepperoni doesn't get cold and lonely.
So today, order the extra large with everything, tip like you just won the lottery, and maybe throw in a cold drink or a "You're my hero" note.
Because life is way too short for cold pizza, bad tips, and ungrateful customers who hide from the doorbell.
That was it.
There you go. The best one. You know what I love about these?
What?
You get a good visualization. And when you said that dog tail, like causing a wind advisory.
Yeah, we used to have the Chihuahua. It used to think it was a velociraptor.
And I like it. Kaye had said, Kaye, I know she meant, but that's a hard one to say, velociraptor.
Yeah.
But I like how Kaye said it. She left off the T. I like it, velociraptor.
That's what I heard, a velociraptor.
Yeah.
This is a new one.
That's a new, it's coming to you live from Studio 1229J, velociraptor. That's part of Rick's picks, Kaye. Josh is on your side,
Yeah.
Kaye.
Thank you, Josh.
It's 2-on-2 over here, so... well, hey, that's good today. I won't go into the stories, but I had a friend who was a pizza delivery man, and boy, he could have made a comedy show on all the stuff that he had saw.
I can imagine. I can just imagine.
I did DoorDash, or not DoorDash, was it Uber Eats for a while? And this was years ago. I was doing Uber Eats deliveries, and the stuff that I saw was just ludicrous. And I mean, there were some places that I delivered stuff, and when the door opened, some stuff came out of that place that you don't want to be around. And I'm talking like it looked like a mosquito fogger coming out of some of these apartments. You know where I'm going with that.
I know exactly.
So
today is 420.
Yeah. So there you go. Time now is 8:12. Let's take a quick break. And we'll come back. We've got a little bit more to talk about today as we continue promoting and celebrating the good. Hey, big thank you to Elliot's Jewelers for all of your jewelry needs. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. Go see my great friend, Elliot Herzlich. And friends, it is important here on this Monday to think about where your children are getting their education. Are they being taught in a good way, or are they just being kept alive? Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools is here to take care of you. 3 locations in our community. Our 2 children are thriving. Go online, tomorrowspromise.info, as well. We appreciate Rick and Kaye from Tomorrow's Promise. We'll take a break. More to come when we come back. It's Good Morning Huntsville. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We are not a daycare. We are a child care center focused on the growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Since 2000,
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hi, this is Braylon. You are listening to Feel Radio. God bless you.
All right. We continue on this morning.
Oh, it's positive.
It's a positive Monday. It's a positive every day, by the way.
I have a positive day. I started out the day positive, but then people, you get around them and they ruin it.
No, you don't have to say
good morning to him.
That's not true. This is my favorite part of the morning.
Hey, we need the negative sounder real quick. That was, Kaye finally gets one. Finally, the one of the day that Kaye gets. I've already had 30. Rick, I do want to say something. I love y'all's shirts today. I love your shirt. It says United in Prayer. And I love that. It reminds me of something that I want folks to mark on their calendar. The National Day of Prayer coming up, the first Thursday in May. Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity. I was just meeting. We've had monthly meetings about this, and really excited this year. We have pastors from different churches that will be leading prayer this year. So instead of having business leaders in the community, we've reached out to pastors this year. And so there will be about 10 to 12 different pastors that will be praying. And we want to invite you to come out to the fairgrounds 11 o'clock, the first Thursday in May. You can come at 11, get a little light lunch. And then from noon to 1 is the prayer service. We're going to get you out by 1. We want to make sure, because a lot of people got to get back to work and those kind of things. And maybe you're saying, well, I can't really stay from 11 to 1. Well, then just come from noon to 1.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to get upset at you if you bring a sandwich and eat it in the middle of it. We just want you to come and be a part of it. And something new this year, we've always did, the last 2 years, we've did something, I say always, we've done it 2 times. We have something called the Evening of Hope. And this year, instead of having that back at the fairgrounds, we are encouraging all places of worship in our community, and not even in our community. In fact, I've got a website that's coming out soon, and I'll reveal that a little bit later on in the week. But we are encouraging people that night to participate in what we're calling an Evening of Hope. And in this year, instead of having it at the fairgrounds, we've had the Irwins coming to pass, a great gospel group, young people that are just incredible. They sing music that everyone would like from all different age groups. But instead of doing that, because of the cost and having them and bringing other people in, we felt that it would be better to encourage other congregations in the community to host their own Evening of Hope. And so we are encouraging, and some churches have said that they'll be participating in this at 6 o'clock on Thursday night. Check with your pastor or ask your church if they can participate, and just have an opportunity to where you open the doors of your church. Or maybe it's just open the doors of your home and invite people, your friends, family, neighbors, to come in and pray there that evening. And the reason that we always did this evening event is because a lot of children and working families can't come during the day, obviously, to the National Day of Prayer. And so this year, we are putting it out there and really trying to make this not just a national, but just something that will, going forward, just like we have the National Day calendar that says all these national days, we want to start a global Evening of Hope. And this is a time for people through the National Day of Prayer to extend that into the evening. And so this will be on the first Thursday evening of May. But again, ask your church if they would be open to opening their doors, or open your door at your house and invite people in and just spend an hour in prayer.
What calendar day it is that?
Thursday,
May
the 7th. Yeah. So, and it's always the first Thursday in May, just to make things easy. And so, yeah, we like the National Day of Prayer, but we're also extending that to the Evening of Hope. So be a part of that in some way. And maybe you're saying, well, my church isn't able to do it, or I'm not able to open my door. You know what? Just pray. Just make it. I mean, we should pray every day, but make it really known that day that you're going to spend some time in prayer for at least an hour from 6 to 7 that evening. Pray for whatever the Lord puts on your mind. But we believe that this will be a powerful day, not just a quick event and then it's over, but the entire day dedicated to prayer. So something kind of cool. And I know that some churches in the community have said that they'll come alongside and do that. So nobody owns this. Nobody's heading this up. It's just saying, hey, let's all just get together and pray. Don't need a special service. Don't need a bunch of music. Just come and pray. One of the best things that I remember growing up, there was a church that I was not even a member of, but it was a friend of mine, his mom and dad. They still have this little church in Florence, Texas. Florence. I joke about Huntsville, but this is Florence. Florence has one of those more country names. And they started a church many years ago. And I used to go on, my church that I grew up at didn't have a Wednesday night service. And so I would go to their church on Wednesday night. And I remember the first time I walked in, there was just people scattered all about. It was an old bar that they converted to a church. It was the coolest thing ever. An old wooden pews that they'd built in there. And they maybe had 30 members at that little church. And still it's about 30 members. But they're making an impact in that small community. And I remember, Kaye, walking in there, and there's just people scattered around. There was no order of service. It was just, you come on Wednesday and you just pray. And you pray as long as you want, and then you leave. And it was one of the most powerful things that I used to do growing up, because there wasn't this anticipation of, well, we got to sing, and then we got to do this. You just show up and let the Holy Spirit lead you. And there is something really powerful about that. And so, anyways, excited about the National Day of Prayer coming up. One other thing that I'm very excited about, Kaye, that you guys will be at is on Saturday.
Yeah, this coming Saturday.
Because y'all don't ever slow down or take a break. That's why we get along so well, because we're in the same boat. And it's a fun boat to be on.
You got to bail a lot.
But luckily, when you jump in, you got another friend to help pull you back onto the boat.
Yeah.
We all need that. But Kaye, tell us what's happening on Saturday. Y'all are going to be out there, a really great event for the community and for children across the community as well.
Yeah, we're going to be at the All Kids Expo. And
Sponsored by CASA.
yeah, sponsored by CASA. I have not looked at it. I think it's from 9 to 1 or 10 to 2.
Yeah,
or,
10 to 2, I believe. Yeah.
I ain't got that far in my schedule.
Yeah. Same. Don't worry. I'm in the same boat.
Put me on the spot. It's kind of like,
We'll be out there, but I think somebody else is setting up our booth.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody else is setting up our booth. We're getting a little old to be putting in the hours that we used to be putting in. So
I can be a booth sitter, but I can't be a booth setter upper.
Yeah.
Does that
Same
make
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. I've just gotten too old.
It is a pretty neat event, though. You know, y'all have been out there every year since it started. I think this is the third annual. We had Laura Green on, the development director there for CASA, a couple of weeks ago, or last week, actually. She was on the show talking about it. But it's really neat.
There's somebody that goes all the time.
Yeah. There's somebody that, like, can get out of the boat, swim on her own, go to shore, pick up 5 other people, bring them back, and then go back out and get 20 more people.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
exactly what she can do.
and still keep going. But I think, Kay, there is so much opportunity for young people in our community that people don't realize.
yeah, it's a great event because I mean a lot of the churches come with their talk about Vacation Bible School that's coming up. You've got different programs and things that are out there, and I think last year they had some dance performances and stuff like that. And I mean, it's literally everything there is to do regarding children in town.
Yeah. Face painting, which, Kay, help me out on this one. I've had to learn that kids will make messes. That's just part of children. But am I a bad dad, like, if I keep syrup away from my children?
Do you let them use it?
Yes, I don't want them to have syrup. That is the messiest creation ever for young people. And I've had
things get sticky around kids.
I know.
I'm sorry.
And I've had to I've had to lighten up and let them have the syrup. The reason I thought of this, Kay, is because all the children wanted face paint.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't do anything for me.
You know what the face paint does by the end of the day? It's on everything. It doesn't dry the way that it's supposed to.
See, my kids didn't ever want face paint. I don't think they had invented it then.
Braylon is already asking me when's the next time we're going to go somewhere she can get face painted. And I let her do it because it's fun. And mainly because I never got to do it when I was a child. So she's getting to I'm living. What do you say, Rick? One time you said I'm living
vicariously.
Vicariously, yeah.
They're your children.
Like I let her ride on the end of the shopping cart. My dad never let me do that because it was too dangerous.
Yeah, well, my parents didn't let me do it because it was just not something you did.
Yeah, well, I let Braylon. No,
I don't blame you.
No, I don't let her under the shopping cart. But she's old enough now. I tell her to hold on with all your might as I go 30 miles an hour. No, I don't do that.
You don't do a power slide around the corner?
No.
Boy, I would.
Yeah, I know you would. Little Tommy's elbow's busted up again. Must have been Daddy. But no, it is a really neat event. And the fact that my children remember it, and they're tiny. They're 4 and 3. They still remember this event every year. Come out and be a part of that. It's going to take place Saturday, sometime around 10-ish. I'm with you, Kay. I'm like haven't even started to think about Saturday yet.
Yeah, I think it's 10 to 2.
10 to 2. So come out and be a part of that. It's really cool. And I think there's over 100 vendors. Tomorrow's Promise will be there. And Kay, one thing that I love about the school, and I wanted to bring this up. I know I'm just tossing stuff at you like I normally do, but you're always good at picking up what I'm putting down. At the school, the children aren't just sitting in a classroom all day. You think about so many times in a school, kids, because at this point they are kids unless they're at Tomorrow's Promise and they become children. I don't know what that means.
Students.
Yeah, students. But they're getting outside. They're doing stuff outside. My children love the playgrounds y'all have. And then in the summer, there's opportunities for them to actually go off campus. Y'all do field trips and those kind of things, which is fun.
Yeah. This year, we're going to do something different in our summer program. We're going to study the 250-year anniversary in the history of the United States, and be doing more things in the classrooms. So we're not going to be doing as many field trips as we usually do with after schoolers. Because 250 years comes around once. And there's so much history and fun things that you can do with that is a kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity to do it for
I remember the bicentennial,
yeah.
1976.
Wow.
I wasn't even born.
My dad wasn't even thinking about me then. That's what my dad used to always say. Boy, I wasn't even thinking about you then.
I mean, everything was red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
And the
If I had been older, I would have gone to New York to see the tall ships come through the harbor.
It was a huge, huge celebration.
Yeah, I was like 16.
I wonder if there's any effort underway to like decorate. You know how beautiful it would be to go through downtown Huntsville and just see red, white, and blue everywhere around.
I'm sure
July
the flags
4th?
will be out.
I know the Lions Club does. They do a great job with that. But I'm talking about stores decorating stuff this year.
I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of hype about it, but I've got shirts already that say by the
250
semi-quincentennial. Is that it?
But it seemed like to me, and maybe it was my age, but it seemed like it was all year long.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not, just for July 4th. It
And
seemed
I
like
was
it
17,
all
so
year
she
long.
had to be around 12.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome. You know, I'm glad y'all brought that up because it's something to celebrate. 250 years.
Yeah. Quarter of a millennium.
I know that President Trump has some things planned, and I think it was last night. I didn't even know about this. Something popped across my social media that there is this reading the Bible going on right now.
Yeah.
I think like they're doing it every day from 9 to 9. There's different people that are reading scripture. I know of University Heights where y'all go to church, y'all do. There's like a
During
We do
Easter, they do
during
that.
Easter week.
yeah.
There's a live reading,
They're doing
24/7.
that in the nation's capital right now. Clarence Thomas, the Supreme Court Justice, just did a talk at, I want to say, the University of Texas. And it was about an hour long. I have not listened to the whole thing, but he was talking about the foundations of our country and how it was based on Christian values, and that the Texas University system is going back to teaching civics and some of the foundations of the government.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that, you know, some of the recent history of the United States has gotten away from our foundation, and because we were founded as a Christian nation.
When you think about 250 years and what this country has been through, and just a message for all of us to just remain in faith.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I don't mean it negatively on millennials or whatever the generation is now. Josh, what do y'all always forget, man?
Gen Z.
Gen Z, yeah. It's nothing on Gen Z or millennials.
What's going to be next? Gen 1?
Yeah, it's going to be like hurricane names.
I think it's Gen Alpha right now.
Well, of course.
Does it go
Then
I
beta,
guess it's all
gamma, delta.
Greek.
Yeah.
We always see it always goes back to the Greek, right?
Mm-hmm.
It always goes back to the Greek. Those Greeks.
I'm a baby boomer.
They were good builders. But I think about this, and I don't mean it disrespectfully. And I pray that we never have to go through anything. But Gen Z, millennials, never had to go through things that our great-grandparents went through, the Great Depression.
Yeah.
We have grown up in a world to where, I joke about the J.G. Wentworth, but it's true. I want it, and I want it now.
Yeah.
Credit cards have enabled this whole attitude of whatever I want, I can get it when I want it. I'm not trying to be rude because I'm guilty of this too. And services like Amazon, right now we could order something and have it before 10 o'clock tonight here in Huntsville.
Yeah.
It's great for a lot of things. But
I remember 4 to 6 weeks shipping.
I remember that too.
And remember the little postcard and you had to like write in the boxes?
Yeah.
And it's like, please write clearly in all caps in the box. And if you accidentally wrote out the box, even though they didn't have computers that read it, people would read it. And sometimes it would be rejected and sent back to you. I got a magazine subscription, Reader's Digest, my favorite magazine. I got rejected because I didn't write in the box.
That'll teach you.
But I'm like, y'all, if you were able to send it back to me, then why didn't you go ahead and send a subscription? But
They have rules.
But we have never faced adversity. And yes, 9/11, and that was tragic. It was terrible. And COVID happened.
Yeah.
But those things were nothing like the Great Depression when families literally had nothing. And we need to be reminded and be grateful for the things that we have. It goes back to being humble and thinking about all these things, Kaye. Because I fear that there will be something. History has shown it time and time again that there will be something that will happen. And I pray that it doesn't happen in our lifetime, but there will be. At some point, something will happen again that's going to bring people, it's going to shake them to their core. And I'm not talking about just one group or two groups. It's going to be the entire nation. There's going to be something because history has shown this. And like I said, I pray that it doesn't happen in our lifetime. And that's why it's so important that we cling to our faith and that we're always on our knees. You know, I spoke on Sunday during our announcements. I said we need to live a life that we're on our knees constantly, that we are always bowing before the King. Because when adversity hits, we have to be ready. And the best way to be ready is to remain in faith.
Amen.
And it's, I don't know. I think about the greatest generation, our parent, like your parents, my grandparents, you know, the greatest generation to ever live.
Yeah, my dad lived through the Great Depression.
You talk about resilience, and when I thought about all this, Kaye, because you mentioned the 250 years and you know, in the United States and patriotism and all that. Boy, what an incredible group of people. And we were talking yesterday on the way back from 2 days ago on the way back from a broadcast, and I said, we don't have many World War II survivors left. I don't know the number, but there's not many.
No. 3, maybe.
Yeah, there's not many. And there's that generation, the greatest generation, gone. And so just be mindful of what we have today because, and praise God that we haven't had to go through anything like the great. We've had bad things. You know, yesterday was the anniversary of the federal building in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. Worst domestic terrorist act ever. And I pray that nothing like that ever happens again.
Yeah. I know the police officer that caught Timothy McVeigh.
Wow. So just a couple things I wanted to wrap up with. Kaye, we won't show it, but man, Rick posted something that was so cool the other day. And I said, is that who I think it is? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
No telling what I posted. I have no idea.
Rick like hid it from you on Facebook. There was a video of you being interviewed. Yeah. What was that? 20 years ago?
15 years ago. She was interviewed on TV.
Where was that at? Was it like around here in Oklahoma?
Where did you go? It was here in Texas, but I don't remember where it was.
I missed the post, I guess.
Rick's.
You remember when you were on TV?
Is it Sam Houston?
It might have been Sam
I
Houston.
think it was Sam Houston.
It was the coolest thing ever. I was like, is that Kaye?
Yeah, that was Kaye.
It was the coolest thing. I was like, we're not going to show it on the show because Kaye.
It's kind of long,
but it was awesome. And I was sitting there listening in the same way that you talk now. You were talking about these things 15, 20 years ago about child. And it was incredible. And I thought when I was watching that video, you're going to think, what are you talking about?
Just teach me to stay off Facebook for a few days.
Yeah. But I saw it, Kaye, and I thought about when we remain who we are at our core. I'm not talking about we need to be teachable and grow. But when we remain who we are to our core, that great things ultimately happen. If we don't change who we are, the positive things, that's what I'm getting at. And I think of the positive things.
I was waiting for that.
I think of my favorite NBA player, David Robinson. All-time great, San Antonio Spurs. And David never changed his core beliefs of who he was. From the day and he was in the Naval Academy. He finished up his commitment to the Navy before he joined the NBA. Strong Christian man. And the way that he talked about his faith then is still the way he talks, probably even more now. He never wavered through all the spotlight and through all the success. He never changed who he was. And Kaye, I know that you've had adversity in your life and there's been ups and downs, but you've had tremendous success. And seeing that 15 years ago, I said, that lady has never changed who she is at her core. You never remember we talked about on the Monday Mindset, none of the things that the Lord has ever blessed you with the things that he's blessed you with, you've never let it overpower who you are. In fact, I believe it's made you stronger. And it was cool to see that. So now Kaye's like, what is he? Where's that video at? So we're going to show it right now. No, I'm just kidding.
I have to go back and watch.
It's kind of long.
But I did want to say something because I've went back and watched videos of me 10 years ago. Why does our voices sound different, even though they're really not that different?
Because you're hearing it through without bone conduction.
Bone conduction?
Yeah, you're hearing your voice through the bones in your head. That's why it sounds different.
Well, I went back and watched videos from me 10 years ago, and I really haven't changed, but it sounds like I did, but I didn't. I asked a friend of mine, I said, did I used to sound like that? And they were like, no, you sound exactly the same.
Yeah, that's because it sounds different to you.
It's
If
weird.
you watch a video of you on Hello Huntsville, you'll still sound the same as what you did 15 years ago.
My uncle's 92, just had his 92nd birthday. My great uncle had a huge influence on my life. And he's gotten down in health, but he's still going as strong as he can, still lives on his own. And when I call him and talk to him, he used to never want to talk. Oh, how you doing? Okay, bye. And he'd never say I love you. It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes
not part of his character.
Not part of the character. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you, just never said it. And I called him here a couple of weeks ago. And right after I called him, I called my mom and I said, Uncle sounds the same way that he sounded when I was a little kid, like the same exact voice, even at 92. I said, if I would have been in a coma for the last 30 years and came out of it, I still think he's the same. But here's the cool thing, because people do change over time. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst.
What are you trying to say, Rob?
But I told him the other day, I said, hey, it's so great to talk to you. And we talked. It used to be literally a minute conversation. Yeah. All right. Well, good to hear from you. I got to go. Bye-bye. We talked for probably 15 minutes. And I said, hey, I just want you to know I love you, Uncle. And he said, I love you too. And Bridget looked at me and we both looked at each other stunned. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've been saying I love you for 30 something years. And he finally said, I love you too. I think of my uncles and I love them very much because they are the strongest connection I have to my dad. And I told one of my uncles that I said, you don't know how much I appreciate y'all and love y'all because I don't have my dad anymore. And y'all are the closest thing that I have to dad.
Yeah.
So be humble and be mindful of those around you. Rick, any final thoughts? Thank y'all. Fun morning today.
I don't have any final thoughts.
Nothing.
Well, if I did, I would be dead.
Gosh. See what I got to deal with, Josh, on Mondays with this guy over here with Rick's Picks. What are you going to have for us next week?
That was a good thing. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. What are you going to have for us?
I think he was doing that for Rob.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Rob got another negative.
Good night. I've got 30 of them today.
How do you feel about that, Rob?
Positive. Rick's Picks coming up soon. So.
Yeah, we got to work on that.
Yeah.
When my daddy died, I asked his brother, my uncle, if he would be my substitute daddy. And my cousin, his daughter, said, you don't know how much that meant to him. For me to say that.
Yeah.
But I had an uncle kind of like yours on my mom's side, and he would have an egg timer, 3-minute egg timer, and he would turn that thing on, and it didn't matter if you were in the middle of a sentence or he was in the middle of a sentence, you heard click. Because
back when long distance cost money.
It cost money to call, and so your uncle might have gotten in the habit of a 1-minute call because it cost so much to call long distance, and they didn't want to. But my uncle would go through the list of people and call everybody and talk for 30 minutes once a month, or 3 minutes for once a month. And he had it budgeted how much he could afford to spend. And that was it.
That is the bean counting at its finest.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I got to tell you this exciting thing. Click.
Yeah. I've got no uncles left. I'm the closest thing there is to my dad.
Yeah, man. Well, just cherish those. As I go back and wrap up today, and I think about my friend, cherish your friendships and value the relationships that you have. I was telling my cousin, I said, and I don't mean it rudely, but we never know when our day is going to be. We could have went yesterday. I always say it in the past. I don't like to speak it in the future. But safe to say, with the age of a lot of people in our family, 20 years is going to look a lot different than it does right now. And I don't want to regret missing an opportunity to talk to those that I love. You know, it was really cool. My uncle got me into the Spurs. My other uncle got me into the San Antonio Spurs. I remember in '99 when they won the world, they call it the World Championship. And it's like every team is in the United States and one is in Canada, but it's the World Championship. Like whatever's national champions, really. Oh, sorry. Let me bring it back up. But he used to listen to a guy named Bill Schoening on the radio, and he'd sync up the TV to the radio, and it got me into the Spurs. And last night I was thinking, I haven't talked to my other uncle in a while. He called me on my birthday, but I sent him a text. I never text like my uncles. I just don't think about it. And we had a little text conversation last night about the Spurs. I said, hey, are you watching the game? Yeah, I'm watching it. And so we had a little cool conversation about the game. Value those relationships is what I'm getting at. So, well, Kaye, any final thoughts? Been a fun day. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Keep an open mindset and learn something new today. And we'll see you at the Kids Expo on Saturday.
We'll see you. And ask somebody, hey, what's good? What's good?
What's good, Rob?
That's it. Well, hey, we'll wrap it up with that. Tomorrow's Promise. We appreciate them. Friends, they're here every Monday. Please go by, set up an appointment, get a tour of the school. You're not going to be disappointed with what your children will learn. The Montessori method is unbelievable. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, we didn't even talk about that. We talk about it every week. Get plugged in. Learn more online, tomorrowspromise.info. We appreciate you, Rick and Kaye. Thank y'all. As in every broadcast, reminding you that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support, Rick.
That's right. I need all the support I can get.
Somebody out there needs you. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Hang out with us as we continue promoting and celebrating the good. We'll see you guys. God bless you. See you, Rick and Kaye.
Adios, Rob.